Are you ready, Dolphins? What's that I hear? What do I hear? Oh, yeah, Dolphins going to the playoffs. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Dennis Sullivan here, Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. On a Sunday night, here to discuss the Miami Dolphins 11-6 victory over the New York Jets. It was really 9-6, but with the Jets trying to have that miracle play where they lateral it 20 times or whatever, and all teams do that. You have to do that when down to the last play. It would wind up a safety. So technically speaking, the final score was 11-6. Before I get started, you do like the content, this particular video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up. That would be awesome. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. We got plenty to talk about here. Dolphins going to the playoffs, first time in 6 years. Last Dolphin playoff appearance was exactly 6 years ago, on January 8th, 2017, where they got destroyed by the Pittsburgh Steelers 30-12. So not only have the Dolphins' playoff appearances been spread out every 6 to 8 years-ish, the postseason appearances have been very short-lived and in many cases very painful experiences. But we're not going to talk about those few and far between playoff appearances this century, really, since the year 2000, or really post-Dan Marino, because this is something to be celebrated. Dolphins go to the playoffs. They finish the season 9-8, winning record. Sure, the odds are going to be against them, but hey, they got some good things going for them. The defense, I don't want to get carried away with the defense, but the defense looked good. They played well. Of course, the Dolphins did definitely get a break with the fact that the Jets were playing with maybe just partial of their first team starting offense personnel, especially when it comes to the offensive line, where they were playing with their second string, really, it seemed. And they had Joe Flacco in there, who, of course, is an accomplished quarterback, won a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens. But the Dolphins win a field goal game 9-6 and will go on the road to, obviously, your 7th seed. You're going to be on the road. You're not getting any home games in the playoffs when you're 7th seed. To play the Buffalo Bills, day and time yet to be announced, as the playoff seedings are getting decided more and more and more as the games finish this Sunday. Skylar Thompson, let's talk about him real quick. He did what he had to do. He did what I was hoping he would do, and that is he avoided the big mistakes. He's played with it himself. He didn't try to do too much. He avoided the turnovers. He would finish 20 of 31 for 152 yards throwing the football, but I mean, okay, they didn't score any offensive touchdowns, but guess what? They're not turning the ball over either. And this kind of underrated Dolphin running attack continues to perform better, and really underrated since Jeff Wilson joined the team, right? That was around mid-season, a little bit past mid-season. The Dolphins acquired Jeff Wilson. Raheem Mostert, we all know, he's proven. He would leave the game, unfortunately, with a thumb injury. We got to find out now what that's all about. What's the extent of that? But Wilson rushes 16 times 72 yards. Mostert 11 carries 71 yards. I mean, it's pretty effective. Jalen Waddle adds a 9-yard carry. Skylar Thompson 3 carries 3 yards. Salvin Ahmed had that key 7-yard carry that really got the Dolphins. It was a second down play. Got them into field goal range. It was a nice little run where he kind of started up the middle a little bit, veered to his left a little bit, found a little bit of an opening, and that's really, sometimes that's all you need. Gets the Dolphins in field goal range. Wow. This is big stuff, guys. Mike Gesicki would lead the Dolphins in receiving. 4 catches, 46 yards. It was spread out. It was pretty evenly spread out, that is. The receiving, the targets, and the receptions. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 44 yards. Smythe, 3 for 39. Tyreek Hill playing with that ankle injury, not quite himself, 2 for 23. River Craycraft has a 5-yard reception. Eric Ezukana, a 3-yard reception. Wilson out of the backfield, 2 for 2. Mostert has 2 catches, but for minus 10 yards because that one that lost 11 yards or something. But still, the Dolphins would balance the attack pretty well. I don't have anything negative to say about the coaching staff at all in this game. I thought they did a pretty good job. I mean, you could debate the going for it on 4th down early in the game. I think the TV announcing team was kind of questioning that. But, we're sitting there like we're Dolphin fans. We know about this already. We go on 4th down. we don't believe in field position. No, it's okay. I'm just joking. But I thought, and Mike McDaniel wins a challenge. His first challenge of the year that he wins. I think he's 1-5 now, but that was a good challenge. The Jets were ready to go for it on 4th and 1. The ball was trapped, or the ground aided the receiver in catching the ball, thus creating an incomplete pass, guys. Joe Flacco would finish 18 of 33 for the Jets, 149 yards. Similar numbers than Skylar Thompson. So watching each team was kind of the same. They were both playing it very conservative. They were both trying not to hurt themselves. They were both playing the field position game and knowing that it's one of these defensive battles and a key mistake could end the game for either team. Both teams did well, though, offensively in not making that big mistake, except for the snap. It wasn't Skylar Thompson's fault, but it lost 22 yards. It went I don't know how many feet over Skylar's head. We got to avoid plays like that. There was a miscommunication apparently with the snap. We got to be careful with that. Zonovan Knight led the Jets rushing, 12 carries, only 22 yards. Ty Johnson 5 for 12. Michael Carter 3 carries, 4 yards. Jets did not run the ball well. Credit to the Dolphins defense. There was stuff in the middle. They're very active on the outside. They looked pretty good. They really did. Garrett Wilson, 9 catches, 89 yards. He's good. He's got a bright career ahead of him from what I've seen. Corey Davis, a catch for 17 yards. Tyler Conklin, 2 for 13, as the same with Ty Johnson. Elijah Moore, 1 for 11. Jeremy Ruckert had a catch for 8 yards. Michael Carter out of the backfield, 2 catches for a yard. The Dolphins, can you believe it, guys? First time in 6 years, Dolphins lose that game. It was exactly 6 years ago from this victory, January 8th, just looked it up, 2017. Dolphins get blown out in Pittsburgh against the Steelers. Now, it will be next weekend, Saturday, Sunday. We don't know how that's going to work. I think they played a Monday night playoff game last year. Maybe they're doing that again this year. I don't know, so keep your eyes open for that. So day and time will be decided. Keep your ears open and your eyes open for that announcement. But it will be in Buffalo to take on the mighty Bills, who defeated the New England Patriots. Too bad for them. They finished 8-9. They did not make the playoffs. Dolphins at 9-8 do make the playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers finished at 9-8. They had just to touch on them real quick, a tremendous second half of the season, but they would lose the tiebreaker to the Dolphins because the head-to-head matchup, the Dolphins did win that game back earlier this year. I think that was the Sunday night game, if I'm not mistaken, which we almost lost. But anyway, this is not a day of negativity here. Even though there were some negatives in this game, we can't ignore them either. So 11-6 is the final. Really was 9-6. No touchdowns scored in this game. Defensive battle. Going into the playoffs, the Dolphins, I'll leave you on this note, guys. The Dolphins really unintentionally have reinvented themselves because now all of a sudden they're running the football a lot better. Okay? But we don't have our quarterback. We don't have our starting quarterback. Running the football a lot better. Skylar's in this game management mode. Okay? Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. I mean, can the defense still play to that level? I mean, they're going to have to play even better, a lot better against the Bills. Although they played well today, but it's going to be a completely different offensive look against the Bills. I mean, that's going to be tough, guys. That's going to be tough. But celebrate this now. Enjoy it, Dolphin fans. The team deserves it. They played hard. I mean, they were 8-3 at one point. But, hey, it's a classic back into the playoffs maneuver by the Miami Dolphins. Whatever it takes. Leave me a comment. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.